Welcome guys, so this was my 12th new Capenna quick draft. Let's just get on with it. Yeah, my target, I'm trying to get to 3,400 gems basically for the Mastery Pass, so. And I think I'm going to just try and complete as much of my collection as possible. So I do actually have 4 copies of Obscura Ascendancy, so we don't have to pick this, which is quite nice. Right, we've got a bounce spell that's it's quite good. It's a cantrip. Involuntary employment. This is good with when you can sacrifice the creature, of course. There's Rocco, Cabaretti Caterer. I think this card's really good. The question is, do you want to commit to Cabaretti this early? Is this card good enough to justify committing to Cabaretti? It's giving you card advantage. It's in fact it's taking, as long as you've got enough mana, you get any creature from your deck onto the battlefield. I think that's pretty powerful. Right, got the fencer, kill shot, case the joint, various stuff. 5 mana removal spell. Right, or we could just ignore all that and take Obscura Ascendancy anyway. You do get 20 gems. This is also quite a commitment to 3 colours. It's also a commitment to having different mana values, so having enough 1-drops is the tricky part to get it started, which can mean playing substandard cards in your deck. If you can get this going, it's very powerful, but it means it kind of I mean, the time to pick this card is probably pick 1. So you have enough time to try and put the right deck together to make it work. What's going to be more interesting, Obscura or a Cabaretti dude? It's a tricky one. I have a feeling I wouldn't be surprised if Obscura Ascendancy's got the worst reputation. It's probably F tier in most tier lists, but that just makes me want to try and make it work. I have actually tried it before, so maybe we don't need to try it again. I'm gonna go for Rocco. Maybe that's a bit more sensible, and it's still kind of an exciting card to pick that does something interesting. Right. First of all, are there any blue and black cards that would make us go outside Cabaretti? Windshield Agent is the one that can give other things flying. That's quite good. Nah, I think I'm not that interested in the blue and black cards here. I notice we've got Inspiring Overseer. So this is just a very good 3-drop that draws you a card. That's probably top of the list. Pugnacious Pugilist is quite good, but it's a 5-drop you can blitz for 4 mana. But maybe it's not as good as the Overseer. There's also, if we go down here, we've got Civil Servant, which is a really good 2-drop. And 2-drops are a slight premium over 3-drops. But this has got flying, and it just draws you straight up draws you a card. I think the Overseer gets the nod here. Okay, Errant Street Artist. I haven't completed my collection of these yet, so I'm going to grab this and immediately put it in the sideboard. Okay, Corpse Appraiser, probably the best card here. Decent blue removal, decent black removal. But I've got enough good stuff here to. I've got two decent cards. I think I'm going to stick with Cabaretti. I've seen people playing Broken Wings, so maybe this is main deckable. Rock's Pummeler gives us a top end creature we could search for with Rocco. Maybe that's what we do. Chrome Cat's an okay 3-drop. Boon of Safety, protect stuff. I'll go with a Rock's Pummeler here. It's probably not the best idea. Wait a minute, I've skipped over Riveteers Initiate. Right, so this guy is a 2-drop. We keep saying how important 2-drops are. And you can give this guy Death Touch. I think let's get started on the 2-drops. You don't need a lot of 6-drops in your deck. I think we skip this Rock's Pummeler for now. Okay, we've got that bounce spell again. Big score. We've got another Riveteers Initiate. We've got Civic Gardener, Social Climber, Body Dropper. Body Dropper, obviously, that's really good for the Rakdos deck. So, another Riveteers Initiate. Access to Death Touch could be quite good. Civic Gardener can do some cool things. It's another 2-drop, or we go Social Climber. I guess a little bit boring. Boring 3-drop. Does a bit of life gain. I think it's going to be one of these. I saw someone do something very impressive with Civic Gardener yesterday, so that's stuck in my memory. So I think we're going Civic Gardener, even though it's not amazing, but. Okay, right. Not interested in the combat trick. Prizefight is quite a good removal spell. Depends on you having good creatures. Things with Death Touch could be good with Prizefight. Wrecking Crew's a good creature again, but again it's a 5-drop. Maybe we try and pick this up later. Let's take a Prizefight now. Okay, Unlucky Witness. Mr. Orfeo the Builder needs black mana. Another Riveteers Initiate. There's loads of these. Got a 5 mana removal spell, but I think we're going Exhibition Magician. This is quite good for mana fixing, making citizens. Okay, not much to choose from here. I would go Ominous Parcel as a bit of mana fixing here. I use this as removal a surprising amount of the time. Right, involuntary employment comes around. We've got Antagonize, Sticky Fingers, Ready to Rumble. So if we're playing early creatures, Sticky, and we're playing Cabaretti, Cabaretti kind of cares about treasures a bit. Which makes Sticky Fingers quite good. I don't seem to pick Ready to Rumble at all. Maybe I should. Maybe Sticky Fingers just goes with the deck quite well. I'm not sure about Antagonize. It's a good combat trick though. Let's go for the Sticky Fingers here. Okay, Capenna Express, Almost Wanted. It's a combat trick. It can give you some treasure tokens. Not something I ever consider. But it could work with a treasure strategy. Ditto for Capenna Express. I think maybe we pick Capenna Express here. Okay, Shield Mate, we've got big score. A warm welcome. I like both of these cards. Lets you dig for a creature and you get a citizen. I think warm welcome. Go for here. There's a Rocks Pummeler again. So yeah, let's take a Rocks Pummeler. I guess we take the bookcase. Daring Escape, sure. Okay, Tenacious Underdog. We have 4 copies. We'll ignore that. Come on, Glamour Thief. Oh, if we go down here, we have a Strangle. Attended Socialite, High-Risk Swordjack. We hope these wheel around. Ominous Parcel as well. So there's 3 decent choices hopefully are available at pick 9. And we grab the Strangle. Okay, we have Sweeping Protector. 2/1 flyer with a shield token and flash. It's quite good. Lucky Witness. We've got Light 'em Up. We've got another Riveteers Initiate. Jewel Thief. Jewel Thief. Jewel Thief is a good 3-drop. Maybe I'm underselling Swooping Protector here. Maybe it's a good 4-drop. No, I think we'll go Jewel Thief here. Okay. Ballroom Brawlers. Decent 5-drop. Sky Crier. It's just a 1/1, but it's got lifelink. At the moment, it's looking a little bit red and green early on. Maybe it's just splashing white, so maybe we don't want to have too many cheap white things, or maybe not double white as well. We can go red, green, and splash white. I think we'll go for the second Jewel Thief. Hey, it's another Rocco. Seems good. Caterer Strong Arms, very good. Let's go for the second Rocco though. Torch Breath. Good removal spell. Gathering Throng. Rakish Revelers is good. Let's take a Torch Breath. Evolving Door. Yeah, I just have to check my collection. I believe we're still collecting these. Suffice to say, I don't think it's a very good card. I don't think it's playable in Limited. Yeah, we've just got a couple of those. Yep. What does it do again? Yeah. So you can go from a colorless creature to a 1-color creature. Oh right, you exile the card, you may cast the exiled card. Interesting, but probably a sideboard card. Okay, got a selection here, so Citizen's Crowbar's quite good. Got the Celebrity Fencer, Kill Shot, Wrecking Crew, Warm Welcome, Rakish Revelers, Chrome Cat. I think I like Wrecking Crew here, so we've got an answer to flyers in creature form. Something we want to lean into creatures here, so we don't want too many warm welcomes. We've actually got things to search for. Broker's Initiate. It's a cheap white creature. We're kind of going red green. So yeah, Jetmir's Fixer is very good here. It's a nice 2-drop that benefits from treasures. Not many options here, but Attended Socialite is a good 2-drop. Yeah, the Witness is more for a deck with Casualty. Red does have Casualty cards. Riveteers Initiate, another 2-drop. Go for it. Patch Up. This is good when it brings back Inspiring Overseer, I would say. There's also For the Family, cheap combat trick, which is probably better. Another Socialite is good. We're erring in favour of the creatures here. Now we take Racer's Ring. Nice bit of mana fixing. So we've just got one land to fix with. Definitely taking this and sideboarding it. Okay, do we want Rocco number 3? Right, let's just have a look at the deck here. You have a good number of creatures. Cards I think I would drop so far. Daring Escape I don't really use. Suspicious Bookcase can go. Probably For the Family can go. I think I'm a little bit dubious on Sticky Fingers. We are making a few treasures, but I usually don't bother with Capenna Express. Could definitely make it back in. Right, so Rocco number 3. Mayhem Patrol's good. Rakish Revelers is good. Let's get Rocco number 3. I've never had 3 Roccos. He's a legendary, of course. Right, now, I think we have a tough choice here. So I've been beaten up by Freelance Muscle before. This guy's terrifying. He is a 5-drop, but it's getting to that stage where I think we can include another 5-drop. Let's see, we've got 6 2-drop creatures. That is good going. We've got 4 3-drop creatures and a Warm Welcome. So that's the kind of core of the deck dealt with. We need about 3 more cards for the deck. So yeah, we could get another Socialite. We could get Civil Servant. That's a good 2-drop. but I think it's looking like Freelance Muscle, and it's it's more of a red-green deck with white splash. So Civil Servant maybe isn't coming out on turn 2 very often. So take the muscle here and see if we can get this to work for us. Now, the choice here, I'd say, is between High Rise Swordjack or Jetmir's Fixer. I feel like we're a bit short on flyers and reach, but Jetmir's Fixer is very tempting when we do have some access to treasures here and there. I'm going to go for another Jetmir's Fixer. It might be a bit greedy, but let's do it. Now that's interesting. So we've got the Glittering Stockpile. This I have used this before, so this is this actually combos with Jetmir's Fixer. What it says on Jetmir's Fixer: if mana from a treasure was spent to activate his ability, you put a +1/+1 counter on. Glittering Stockpile is a treasure that can be used over and over again for mana, so it can actually pump up a Jetmir's Fixer every turn. And I can't resist a combo. We also do have Glittermonger, who's more expensive and would effectively do the same thing, but is a creature. Yeah, I can't resist a cool combo. This also builds up and builds up. You can sacrifice it for a big chunk of mana eventually, which could be good with an X spell like Rocco or a Torch Breath. So I think let's chuck in a Glittering Stockpile. Right. Right, another 2-drop Death Toucher or another Civic Gardener. If we've got something cool to untap, he works with only with creatures and lands. He can't untap our stockpile, unfortunately. Civic Gardener can help you have a very fast start and double spell a bit earlier. I think let's look into that possibility. Let's get another Civic Gardener. Means missing out on another Death Toucher, but we've got some removal. Maybe we don't need too many Death Touches. We're in that stage where we've got a deck. I mean, I'll have to cut something because it's basically 24 cards and a land. We could get yet another 2-drop. We've got 8 2-drop creatures already, which is quite a lot. I'm just I'm thinking about the Groundbreaker. Do we actually have citizens though? Yeah, we've only got 4 citizens because it's we're going red-green, I suppose. It's more of a green-white thing. He's a citizen. This could be good for giving trample to Freelance Muscle. Because potentially with a Rocks Pummeler in play, this is a 10/10 when it's attacking. 10/10 trample could be pretty good. Or we could go Celebrity Fencer. I'm not that excited by Celebrity Fencer though. Let's go with the Groundbreaker. I don't know if we'll play it. We can really go for Civic Gardeners here if we want. Let's take another one. Buy a Silence. Probably, yeah, we could take a 5-drop removal. There is Social Climber as well. And just, do we need a 3-drop here? We've got a handful of 3-drop creatures. I think we take a Buy a Silence. I think the mana fixing's not looking too good. But we have a Rakish Revelers that's turned up, so that's going to help a little bit. Okay, the Initiate can get double strike, and he's a citizen. I never use this guy because it seems pretty steep giving him double strike. I suppose he's good with the Groundbreaker. I'm not sure if that's a good enough reason. Right, Attended Socialite or Sticky Fingers. Attended Socialite's quite aggressive. I think we'll go for that. Brass Knuckles, sure. Never bothered using this before, but maybe now's the time. Well, I think we got something interesting. I don't know if it's good. I don't think it's the time for Brass Knuckles. Right, how do we cut 6 cards from this? Our 10 2-drop creatures. A little bit over the top, maybe. But we definitely don't play 5 planes. Might even play... I've got Ominous Parcel to find a planes. So, cut it down to 1. I think probably cut Inspiring Overseer. Ceremonial Groundbreaker. Buy a Silence maybe as well. Rakish Revelers can fix for white mana, but we keep the 3 Roccos. And that's what we're going to use the white mana for. Maybe we could get away with 2 planes. But yeah, we kind of missed out on mana fixing a little bit this time around. think we just have to trim out the 2 and 3 drop slot, maybe. Keep these top end cards. Warm Welcome is good. Yeah, I've got to decide, is Glittering Stockpile good? I think so. Jetmir's Fixer definitely good, so I'd say that's top of the pile. Do we need a Death Toucher? We could just sort of tax the 2 drops and go down to 8 2 drops. Just take off 1 of each of these. We could go down to 1 Civic Gardener. Or we could even drop the Civic Gardener. Because it's not quite got the combo piece I was looking for to go with Civic Gardener. So I think we just drop all the Civic Gardeners. And then we've got 3, 8, 8, 0, 3, 1. And we're down to 17 creatures. So we are playing an out-and-out ramp card in Glittering Stockpile. I think it's justified because we do have X spells in the deck. Yeah, okay, I think I'll call that end of part 1, and I'll just have another little mull over the deck. Thanks for watching so far. Hi guys, I'm back. So yeah, it seems my microphone wasn't working for the first three games. Unfortunately, I only noticed later on because it's one of those situations. I plugged in my speakers and unthinkingly I unplugged them and plugged the headphones back in, assuming wrongly that it would work. But yeah, you've got to restart the computer, it turns out. Anyway, so just to recap, we're on 1 and 2. We played against Bant the first two games and lost both of them. So we were up against, interestingly, the same rare both times, Ledger Shredder. And that basically killed me in game 1. I mean, eventually I managed to finish it with a Strangle and an Ominous Parcel, but then he had fish to do the last 3 damage, unblockable fish. So then I put in my white removal spell, Buy Your Silence, and I used that on the Ledger Shredder in game 2. But that player overwhelmed me with shield creatures that I had no answer to. Yeah, once he puts the +1/+1 equipment on Disciplined Duelist, so it's a 3/2 first strike. Very difficult for me to deal with. So I was just basically saying I need a 4 toughness creature. So I need something that's at least 1 power and 4 toughness, just to strip the shield off Disciplined Duelist. And then I need another 4 toughness, 2 power creature to trade off with the Duelist. It's horrendous. My big green creature would do the job though. The Freelance Muscle. So if you've got at least like another creature with 3 power or toughness, then that can get to 7/7. So 3/2 Duelist is only doing 6 damage. So that was my out in that for that situation. And talking of the muscle, I did play this guy 3 times in game 1. He got bounced twice by the blue bounce spell that's a cantrip, and it only costs 2 mana if it targets a green creature. He had 2 copies of that, so that felt pretty brutal. Especially, I could have double spelled in that game, but I was up against Ledger Shredder, so he's getting to connive every time I double spelled. So I thought, better off playing the one-off big creature. But he's got me both ways. You see, if I've just played the one big creature, he bounces it. So that's kind of a soft lock, really, that I ran into there. It's pretty nasty. I think eventually I triple spelled in that game. I think I played Sticky Fingers. I made a treasure with that. Then I played a Jewel Thief, and then I played maybe the Freelance Muscle again. Seemed reasonable to try and triple spell. So you get 3 spells out, and you only trigger the Ledger Shredder once. So yeah, we'll carry on. I've exceeded expectations. I was basically playing this deck down. I thought it would be 0-3, but we've got 1 win. This might very well be as far as we get, but let's just carry on and hope for the best. I should probably explain the deck as well. You won't have heard of that. I've chucked in a Suspicious Bookcase. The idea is to make Freelance Muscle unblockable. So just with these 2 cards, that's an 8/8 unblockable. Civic Gardener can also untap Suspicious Bookcase when he attacks. So I can actually that combo could make 2 things unblockable. And I've decided to go for just a one of each 2-drop creature. Apart from the fixer just seems really good, so I've got both copies of that. And my reasoning there, because we've got the 3 Roccos, I can just pick the most appropriate 2-drop. If I only have 5 mana available, it sort of seems to make sense. And I think Glittering Stockpile makes sense because I've got X spells, so that's why that's in the deck. And but the mana fixing's a bit weak. We've only got like Racer's Ring. I am playing Sticky Fingers. Just trying to maximise on the sources of treasure in the deck so I can cast my spells. That's the idea. So game number 4. Yeah, in game 3, the guy unfortunately got mana screwed, basically. Opponent goes first, right? I've got a 2-lander, but I do have Strangle. I will get to draw an extra land. I do have Torch Breath as well. I need one more land and I can cast Jewel Thief, and that's me off to the races. Arguably, I think I keep this one. And we draw a land. That's good. Right, Racer's Ring. Interesting, we've not played up against black yet in this run. So we have a Maestro's deck. Go with the Jewel Thief here. So we get to play the first creature. We'll see if it gets blown up immediately. Next turn we'll have 5 mana. We could play Freelance Muscle. We could do a 2-point Rocco. Could play Sticky Fingers and make another treasure. If the Jewel Thief survives, which is... Okay, we have a target for our Torch Breath. It's a 3/4, so usually that would cost, the Torch Breath would be X equals 4, but yeah, well, we want X equals 4, I suppose, still. Okay, my turn. Play a forest. So I think here, Sticky Fingers effectively is free because it makes a treasure. And it gives this menace. Right. Yeah, so we do that. Sticky Fingers on the Jewel Thief. Very appropriate. Just check, it does have menace, that's good. Make a treasure, that's good, right. Got to be very careful with this. Let's do X equals 4. Then it should only cost 2 mana, right? No. Yep, X equals 4. Boom. Out of there. And turn. Right. Now we've built up, we've got another treasure. So we could do a more spectacular Rocco if we want. 5, 6, 7 mana. So we could do a 4-point Rocco. Don't know if we've got any 4-point creatures. Well, that's going to end Torch Breath as well. And we draw a card. Okay. Exhibition Magician. Right. Now, is there any point going and doing a 5-point Rocco? Because we could get, there's a couple of good cards we could get. So I mean, this would be playing Rocco next turn. I have a feeling I don't have any 4-drops in the deck. I could Rocco for my flyer that would draw me an extra card. Now that might be the best thing to do. Yeah, Rocco for 3. Take action, please. Get my flyer into play. Yeah. card. Nice. Just trying to think. Yeah, there is a sweeper in Maestro's. There's the 3 damage sweeper. Hostile takeover. He's making a treasure. Okay. We're quite happy for Rocco to trade with an exhibition magician here. Because we've got 2 more Roccos in the deck, and he's a legendary. Now, let's see, 5, 6. We've got 7 mana. Yeah, I think we want to use that treasure to pump a Jetmir's Fixer. That's what I'm thinking. We could play the Freelance Muscle, because maybe he is out of removal. You never know. We won't use the treasure yet. Right. He's relying on a blocker. With Death Touch. Maybe he can blow up the muscle as well. I'd be surprised. But maybe he's got 2 things. Over to my turn. Right. Hey, it's another Rocco. Nice. So, we'll start with a Strangle on this guy. Interesting. Right, so he's going to survive the Strangle. So this is where we Prizefight. In response, that whiffs. He doesn't get the card, which is very good indeed. Now I want to pump out some more damage. The way I do that, I play a Fixer. Sack this for red, take some green, and pump the Fixer. And then the Freelance Muscle does a bit more damage. Should get to 7 power. Magician making a treasure. Interesting. Not a chump blocker. Court Official makes me discard. I'll lose my magician. Right. Okay. Right, we're going to do something with Rocco, I think. We'll just swing in. And we'll just see if we have to use our mana. So let's just count 6, 7, 8 mana. Even if he's got the, yeah, let's do a 5-point Rocco. Hope he's not got a sweeper, but this should settle things. Yeah, Rakish Revelers might be good, or no, Wrecking Crew might be even better. If he's got the 3 damage sweeper, then at least one of my big guys survives. Ah. I think we got him. I hope we got him. He needs something pretty good for 1 mana here. Yeah. That's pretty nice. That's a game with 2 Roccos. 200 gems. So our target's 3,400. We need 1 more win to try and hit it. It'll never happen. So yeah, that guy, he stumbled a bit there. He did have. It's interesting. He did have that nice blue cantrip, but I had 2 instants. Well, no, I didn't. I had Strangle. He had an instant Metamorphosis in response, and that used up all his mana. And then I had the Prizefight in response, which is quite nice. Pricefight's definitely pretty good, I think. Oh dear, we're up against, I guess that's a diamond player. That's very interesting. We've got red and white and no green. We've got 3 red spells. We've got the red ramp spell. So, Wrecking Crew on turn 4, maybe. Could be in the offing. It's not great. We're getting to draw an extra card. We're going second. It's a slow hand for going second. We could be dead in 4 turns here against the diamond drafter here. But yeah, that get into. Oh well, we top deck a forest. That's brilliant. That is absolutely perfect. But we are not out of the woods yet. I think there's a Rocco. Nice. We're getting our late game stuff, I suppose. Lots of blue so far. Did he keep a hand with just islands, do we think? Right, now, counterspells. I think I want him to counterspell my Glittering Stockpile, rather than my Inspiring Overseer. If he's just got blue and he's not doing anything, I'm suspicious. Okay, he's got the Snoop. The old Snooper. Right. So get into 1/4. Just point something out. He played an obscure storefront, went for an island, and then he played 2 more islands. That is very mysterious. Let's tap that for red before we forget. Another island. So, I'm saying very mysterious. Well, he's discarded a white card. Right. Against blue, do you play your big creature straight away? Do we play a Rocco? If he enters the battlefield, if he gets countered, that's no good. And we could do a 2-point Torch Breath on this guy and kill it. Well, we can play around the 2-point Power Sink spell by playing Overseer. that's fine. And turn. Okay, there's his white mana. Okay. Alright, Jetmir's Fixer. Let's try attacking first. So, I think, yeah, I'm on 6 mana, so I'm not playing, if I play Wrecking Crew, I'm not playing around the counterspell. But I can do that next turn, because I do have a forest. 3, 4, yeah, 6. The same with Rocco. The cheapest I can play him for is 5, to be, you know, for an effective Rocco. So we're going to play Jetmir's Fixer. And at least, with my excess mana, I can pump him once. Which is cool. And I've got maybe Torch... I've still got mana for Torch Breath. Got mana for Prizefight, but not if we pump the Fixer. Actually, yes, we'll still have Security Bypass. Oh lord. To kill this thing, Man alive. We'll let that resolve. Okay, we can do Torch Breath, X equals 3. I mean, I'm possibly over reacting here, because this is... But this runs into the 2-point power sink. Oh, except, can't be countered. Pay X equals 3... X equals 5. X equals 5. Boom. Auto pay. Can't be countered. Bye bye. Right? Or does he have slip out the back? I hadn't thought of slip out the back. So out of that, I got a 2 for 1. That's quite good going. He hasn't done anything else. Okay. Swing in for 4 is my thinking. What the mana we want to leave up is 1 green and the Glittering Stockpile, right? I'm going to cast Wrecking Crew. He might, now I think of it, This is very suspicious. He might have the sweeper here. Depopulate. But I'm going to risk it. This is going to be lethal in 2 turns if he does nothing. And we'll just pump the Jetmir's Fixer end of turn. Okay, that's tapped down. He's going to draw a card. That's fair enough. He has 3 mana left. Okay. Let's... going to tap it for red mana. We don't want it to accidentally sacrifice itself. And we're going to activate that ability. Pay with treasure. Yeah. Nice little synergy I discovered. Glittering Stockpile does permanently pump Jetmir's Fixer. Right, now we have another Jetmir's Fixer. I'm thinking Sticky Fingers on Inspiring Overseer seems good. That's my instinctive reaction here. And I hold back a little bit. And I swing in with these 2. Tap that for red mana. And pump the Fixer. Pay with treasure. And I could pump him again, but I'm not going to. Kill shot. It's fair enough. Yeah. I deserve that. He's using single target removal. That makes me confident he doesn't have Depopulate. I will play another Jetmir's Fixer. And we can pump this one at the end of his turn as well. Skycryer. Do we want to kill the Skycryer with Prizefight? There is a... no. Very simply, no. I'm going to activate this ability and pay with treasure, please. If he wants to metamorphosis this guy, we Prizefight in response. It's very simple. So now we attack with everything. Skycry blocks like that. Okay. I'm gonna pump up this Jetmir's Fixer. Let's get to damage. Getting a kill shot, okay. Fair enough. Yep, it's making me waste my mana. That's fair enough. Oh, let's play a Jewel Thief. And end the turn there. How many kill shots does he have left? Okay, blocker. So I'm tempted to Prizefight the Skycryer because I'm thinking he might be running this Majestic Metamorphosis to make it a 4/4, but I've got a Wrecking Crew that can kill it even if he's got that card. And I don't want the shield token going on Skycryer. I think that's going to be annoying. So that's what I'm going to go for. It might be a mistake if there's something I've not thought of, but which is very likely. Right, Metamorphosis. Indeed, he had it. He gained 4 life. I guess I made the right decision. I'm surprised at myself there. We did it. We beat a diamond player. So that's sometimes it's sort of you get the bad beats early in the round against Majestic Metamorphosis, and then you remember to play around it in around about game 5, and it pays off. We did it. So we actually got to 3 wins. I've hit my target of gems. I'm very happy. We'll just carry on. Didn't think this one would make it to 50-50, but here we are. Alright, it's a slightly iffy one, but we've got the Ominous Parcel to actually fix our opening hand and get us the mountain on turn 2. It's a slow start. We will draw an extra card, but we've got the Exhibition Magician for turn 3 to get us a treasure if we need maybe white mana for something. Illuminator Virtuoso. Well, okay. It's a shame. I'd have liked to kill that with Strangle immediately, but we cannot do that. I'm going to play the Plains. We're going to keep him in suspense over what we're doing with the Ominous Parcel, and I'll end the turn. Now, what's the scary thing here? That's very good news. He's tapping out to play the Overseer. This guy is so getting strangled. And that's another point of damage. Okay, Ominous Parcel for a mountain, please. And another mountain, why not? The more the merrier. Now, if I'm a little bit greedy here, if I'm thinking, right, tempo, we could Torch Breath Virtuoso now, because the next turn we play a mountain, and we can Strangle and play Exhibition Magician, which seems efficient, ruthlessly efficient. Yes. Yes. But yeah, we have drawn quite a lot of land. Another backup agent. Wow. Gonna pump that up to 3 toughness, eh? We have the Magician. Do we need a treasure? I would say not. I think I'd like another 1/1 blocker, and oh, what a shame. I have Strangle as well. And a whole handful of land, which isn't ideal. So you're going to block there, and we'll let one through. He's hit his blue mana. He's probably very happy about that. We've drawn another land. We've hit 8 land. We did have an Ominous Parcel to get a land, to be absolutely fair. So we've drawn 7 land. Out of... Oh, we drew a Prizefight. Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Alright. There is a 1 white mana spell that can give you shield on one of your creatures. I'm just going to go ahead and Prizefight this guy right now. And hope we actually draw something. Tap a shield, mate. Well, that's going to kill me pretty quickly. Spendable Lackey as well. Jewel Thief. It's a 3/3. Let's get the other planes. Let's go crazy. Rocco would be quite a good draw right about now. We've got so much mana. I think we'll kill this 1/1. We'll take 5. Does he have the +2/+2 thing? He's got the Majestic Metamorphosis. We were just talking about it. We're not playing around it, but we'd have been much better off blocking this guy and taking the shield off in with 20/20 hindsight. Let's play the mountain. Are we just dead? Are we just completely dead? Probably. Okay. We block the big guy. And we get to do a fun bit of treasuring. Do that. And let's activate the ability, please. Let's now pop this for green. And it's all going to go horribly wrong when he has an instant reply. Oh, he's going to do that, is he? Okay, well, I'm going to respond and I'm going to pump this to 5/5 now. Ha! So much for your shield. Oh, he's got another expendable lackey. It's an absolute swarm of 1/1s. But we absolutely had no choice there on what we could block. Just attack with everything and you win. So let's recap. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 land. We dug one out. Well, we only drew 9 land, let's say, from actually 16 cards. But still, 9 land drawn in 16 cards is just over 50%. It's not not a very competitive number of cards to draw. There you go. Well, we finished 50-50. You're bound to have one of those dodgy ones at some point. I'll just add that to the decks. Double check. Yeah, looks like microphone is working. I hope it is. Yeah. Okay. We'll just have a look at the deck. Right. So, just starting off with the mana base, it wasn't great. Usually, sometimes I'm quite lucky and I get quite a few fixing lands late on in the draft, sort of halfway through pack 2 I start getting them. This time we only got one Racer's Ring, and we had to use Ominous Parcel. So I kind of, my first run at the deck was I just dropped all the white cards apart from Rocco, because we've got 3 Roccos. This is the 3 Rocco deck basically, and I didn't want to drop any of these guys, and we didn't get punished at all. We didn't have he's a legendary. We didn't sort of have him in play and then go, already got a Rocco. I'm not getting sort of that extra value of having an extra 3/1 creature. Luckily, that never happened. In terms of the mana base, we went for 2 planes. I just went for all the sources of treasure I had available to try and fix things for me. So I put in the sticky fingers. In practical terms, it meant just popping in this one. Got to be careful what I say there. And obviously we were already running Prizefight. This turns out to be actually a really good card. I'm never quite sure about fight cards, but this was good. This performed very well. We're playing 2 Jewel Thieves and an Exhibition Magician as well to make treasures, and we've got the Glittering Stockpile. I'm just tapping this for red mana, but you can sacrifice it for any color if you want in a pinch. I am a fan of Glittering Stockpile. Just very recently, I've discovered it can pump up Jetmir's Fixer permanently by tapping it, because it does count as a treasure for that purpose, which seems cool to me. I mean, it's probably it's probably not very efficient, really. I just think it's cool. So I've ended up putting all the white cards in after game 1. When I ran into the Ledger Shredder, I thought, yes, I need Buy Your Silence to deal with things like horrible things like that. We don't have enough. We don't have it that much in terms of flyers. We've got Wrecking Crew with Reach and Inspiring Overseer. That's about it. So where was I? Yeah, so mana base wise, put all the treasures in, put in the stockpile. This gradually grows and grows. It gets stash counters, and you can pop it for a lot of mana. So it's good when you've got X spells. So we've got the Torch Breath, which occasionally you have to take out a very large creature, I imagine. And then we've got the 3 Roccos, which are all X spells. And in this deck, the maximum value of X is going to be 5 to get. You can get Wrecking Crew, Freelance Muscle, or Rakish Revelers. So I think that's quite a good selection. You've got the Reach creature with Trample. You've got the 2 creatures, so the 5/3 plus a citizen, or you've got the Freelance Muscle, which can block a huge creature because it gets huge. So it's quite a nice little toolbox. I went for a toolbox approach with my creature base. You can see that in the 2-drop slots because I've just got 1 copy of the Death Toucher. I've got 1 Socialite, 1 Civic Gardener, and 1 bookcase as well. But I do have, because Jetmir's fixes, so it's got such good synergy in the deck. We play both copies of that. The idea with the bookcase is it can make an 8/8 Freelance Muscle unblockable, which could be enough to just finish the game. Civic Gardener can help you play two drops on turn 3 just once in a while. But also he can, when he attacks, untap Suspicious Bookcase and thus make 2 things unblockable. So I thought that might be quite a good little trick to have as well. But you only run 1 of these because we've got all the Roccos to find the appropriate 2-drop for the situation. And then I've got my 3 drops sort of give me value. I've got the Jewel Thieves, the Inspiring Overseer to draw a card. The Magician can also make a treasure or make a creature. So you can get that's the cheap way of getting 2 blockers, I suppose. Well, 3 blockers if you're casting, I guess, Rocco for 6. You've got the Rocco, you've got the Magician, and you've got the Citizen. Which is quite a good sort of emergency button to hit. What did we get beat by? We got the last game. We saw I drew too many lands. I drew, if you're not counting the Ominous Parcel land, I drew 9 land out of 16 cards. So not 9 lands, 7 cards, and we got run over by a load of 1/1 creatures basically. It's interesting. I did have the answer to the 4/2 shield guy by just pumping up my Jetmir's fixer to ridiculous levels, but yeah, the previous creature got beat by that blue combat trick. I forget what it's called. I've got one right here. Majestic Metamorphosis. This turns out to be a very good card. So it makes something a 4/4 flyer until end of turn, and you draw a card. So, and we ran into this all the way through the run. My best game was game 5 because I played around. It was a blue player who had a lot of instants, and I played around counter spells first of all, and then this Majestic Metamorphosis at the end. I used my fight card with Wrecking Crew on his flyer, so I knew I would kill the target and not die to Majestic Metamorphosis. So that was my best play of the run, I think. But only because I've just been crushed by this all day. Yeah, so that was quite fun. So yeah, went 50/50 with a slightly unusual deck. Yeah, that was pretty fun as well. We never actually used Suspicious Bookcase to make anybody unblockable, by the way. In theory, it was a possibility in the deck, but maybe I'd have been better off with another 2-drop creature. If I really wanted to get out there, I could have played Brass Knuckles. So that's the way. I mean, it's 6 mana to give something double strike. You could pop it on your Freelance Muscle, so it's swinging in maybe for 18 damage or something. You kind of want to give it trample. Well, you want to make it unblockable with the bookcase, I suppose. Anyway, but I didn't go quite that far. What did I drop from the deck? I dropped Warm Welcome to put in Inspiring Overseer because I thought I could probably get away with it, and I've already got the utility of finding creatures in my deck from Rocco without needing it from Warm Welcome. I thought I dropped Rock's Pummeler to possibly to put Sticky Fingers in here because it's it's a bit expensive. It's kind of very vulnerable to a lot of the tempo spells, the bounce spells and things like that. I thought he's probably going to have a bad time against Bant. Yeah, and I talked about the 2-drops. So anyway, that is a video, I think. Or just, well, first of all, we will claim our prize. Oh, that's nice. Little bonus, we got 2 packs. That takes us up to our 3,400 target. At some point I will buy this this thing, but not just yet. Anyway, that is the video. Thanks for watching.